on, computer. I think it is. Here
We're
we are.
live.
Yes,
We are
episode
live.
2, not 4.
Two.
2.
Right.
Hello.
Oh my God.
It is us. It is Frankie. It is Sergeant Hooked on Heroes. We are here, ready for episode 2 of Henshins and Homies. If you missed it, in case you missed it, last week we had Squall Charleston on,
Yes.
talking about Geets and our favorite rider seasons, and just in general being a super friendly, awesome guy who just wanted to talk to us and be our friend.
was
That made me want to
amazing.
cry. Oh my
I love
goodness.
him so much. He's
Um,
awesome.
let's see here. How do I should probably go to YouTube. It's going to load it at the same time. And it's going to be weird. Oh, God. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna
Mm.
Copy link. Goodbye. There we go. I ain't letting that choke my bandwidth. Nope. All right.
Right.
Join.
We know from last episode I was like a blocky mess for like half the episode.
We were mining bitcoins in the back, dude. What are you doing?
Right, basically. But this time I think we're good. I think we're good now.
You took a break from mining for now?
Yeah, that, and also that I also oh my God, I made sure to not use my OBS virtual camera. I think that's what was making it a little buggy. I think I'm just gonna connect this straight from the source, which is my iPad. So
that's right. Okay.
And latency looks like there's no latency. Like I look great.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird that OBS was that goofy about it. Huh. All right. Well, the
I don't
links
know.
are
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right.
Are you promoting on Twitter too?
Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's where I put my links is on Twitter. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna retweet.
Yeah.
Anyways, hi guys. How are you doing?
Yeah.
How's everything going? Welcome to Henshins and Homies episode 2.
That's right. The topic we'll get to in a little bit here is going to be nostalgia can be a disease, and also, please let Mighty Morphin Power Rangers die. Just Mighty Morphin. Just those. Just. We'll get there though. First off,
we're gonna get to that.
There's been just like a wild like firestorm of news in the Toku like fandom and over the last couple of days.
Let's hear about it.
Well, just like last night, I'm trying to go to bed, and all of a sudden they have to reveal the V Cinema forms for Revice for
okay, yeah.
Evil and Live's new forms, which I despise personally. And Emperor Demons or whatever, Imperial Demons, which looks beautiful because my man Hiromi. Absolutely. So that was revealed. Today there was something about they're doing a re-release of all the build stuff, like the build driver and the Max Hazard trigger and the rabbit the full tank bottle thing and the cross sea dragon thing.
Yes, as well as some bottles like the
never been released before. Killbus, the Killbus spider thing, which is just a remold of Cross Sea Dragon, but never been released ever as a DX anything. I think you could get it perhaps when it came out, like, you know how clearly the Revice new stamps are going to come with the movie. Same thing. I think it came out with the movie, but then after that, nobody got it. So it's a full release of that and a bunch of other bottles that never came out. And it's funny because Josh, Live Ranger Kid Josh, is always cursed with like recently saying blah, 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 wow, it'd be crazy if such and such came out. And literally like a day later, it gets announced.
I bet Toy has Josh's tweets like notified. So whenever he tweets something like that, they're like, all right, go.
Release it now. Go.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, there's just been like a storm of news of new things.
Yeah. It's funny how like they chose like Thursday. Oh wait, in Japan, it was like Thursday night where this is all like being revealed. Yeah. So I guess it was.
Friday I was going to sleep last night. I put a tweet out about it. I was like, leave it to Toku Twitter and Toei to leave it at like 10:50 at night. I'm trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden this new stuff gets revealed, and I have to react to it because
exactly. Right, but then you remember. Oh yeah, but then you remember that like, oh wait, that's just our time zone. Japan is like, what, I think farther ahead. Yeah, they're farther ahead than us. So it's like, okay, it's morning for them. This is like morning news, and then for us, it's like, wait. Oh,
what's going on? Oh God.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, but I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Before we move on to the topic of the episode, I just wanted to quickly comment on the suits for the V Cinema.
Man,
what were they thinking? This is so so okay. Like, look, I get that this kind of stuff is subjective. Like, not everything is gonna be a hit. Some things are gonna be a miss. We know for a fact, and at least these suits are not like a part of the real series. Like, this is just like a sideline kind of thing that you could optionally watch. But it is so. I'm specifically talking about Lives and Evil's new upgrade, by the way. I'll get to how I feel about Hero Maze upgrade, but I don't hate it as much as I hate these, because why those colors?
Okay,
For both of them.
So something gives me the idea that what they were going for, because if you look closely, they're not using the two-side driver. Both of them have a Revice driver on.
Yeah, they have a Revice
right
driver.
now, with spoilers for Revice, if you haven't finished it, I don't know how you haven't, but so technically in Revice, everybody watching, just in general, but like
right.
In Revice, technically how it ended, technically Icky can't transform into Revi anymore because he needs, Vice to do it, and Vice is sealed away and blah 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 blah. So it would be assumed that Daiji at some point in the movie takes over the driver along with like the two Revice drivers that were left, and that they use them, right? Which is cool because it's like, oh, Daiji was the first candidate to be Revice, and it didn't work out, and he was too much of a baby, and then Big Brother took over, and so it's poignant that he gets a chance to do it. That's cool. I'll give it cool points for using the Revice driver. It's one cool point. I'll give it another cool point for using the little like hand gesture thing that Revi and Vice do. Him and Live and Evil are doing it. Okay, I'll give it that. Some of the armor pieces are cool. I can see where the kit bashes are. That color scheme hurts my soul.
It's so bad. It's like it's a choice. I see it. Like, I can see what you want me to see, but I don't like what I see.
Well, and because
I feel like we could have done a little bit better.
Right. Well, what we've gotten with Live and Evil throughout is that they look completely different from each other, whereas Revi and Vice sort of resemble each other through most of their forms, somewhat design-wise. And so all of a sudden taking that design thing of being like, I know they look different, but now we're going to make them look the exact same with the same colors. I don't know about that.
I don't accept that excuse, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, they really could have done something. Look, I'm more of a fan. Oh, wait, I think something froze.
You're good. Wait. John Toei hacked the stream. We're done for.
Oh, I think I froze.
Oh, no.
Hello?
I hear you. You're just frozen on the screen.
I was frozen, or were you frozen? Because you were frozen for me.
Oh, I wasn't frozen personally, just you.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I mean, my Wi-Fi comes in and out. We'll try to keep that at a minimum. But anyway, I was saying that I've seen people's recoloring of these suits on Twitter, and I'm like, wow, this is what we could have gotten. And instead, we got what was like purple.
Well, it's just using the pink and blue that Revi and Vice are with Live and Evil just doesn't work with their suits. We're so used to what they normally look like that it's so wildly different. It just doesn't fit. It hurts. Somebody actually said, they were like, before it was confirmed or before I figured out that this was official, I thought this was literally one of Jacob's recolors.
Stop.
Like the actual suits were a recolor. That's what they thought it was until they saw it was official.
Look, I'm gonna show this off for a second. I want to say I think I remember who posted this, but someone retweeted this. These are the suits that I'm talking about when I say like, wow, they really could have done something like this instead.
Right.
But nope. Just no, that's not what happened, and we're just gonna have to live with it.
Our king, truly, our emperor, our imperial.
Now let's get to imperial demons, right?
Dude, this suit.
They kind of ate with that one. They kind of ate.
Like it is just like a cape and a couple pieces up here with a nice like crown with a spider on it. But I also love it a lot. I did one slight edit that Jacob made of making it have black in it instead of being the red and blue that it normally is. The Spider-Man type colors, having it be black. I guess so. But I already like Demon's colors, and so I think it looks great. I'm really excited about it. Am I about to buy a Blu-ray of a movie that'll be completely unsubtitled just to get the Vice stamps? Probably. Because I have the Demon's
maybe not. We'll see. I mean, come on now. Like, this is how they get you. They know, like, yeah, the V Cinema probably will be all right. And
They suckered
the
me the
suits
same way
themselves,
with. I hate the V Cinema itself of the one for 01, the final one. Yeah. But I did it the same thing because I wanted Direwolf because I love Vulcan so much. I only wanted Direwolf and I didn't care about Serval Tiger. I literally got it, played the sounds on Serval Tiger, and I was like, I'm taking the batteries out of this. I don't want to hear this anymore.
I'm kind of with you on that one. Like several Tiger kind of. Yeah, she's there. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I froze again, didn't I?
It's okay. Your audio's still there. That's what's important. You know, you're here in spirit as like a little Henshin ghost. It's all right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you have the stream going on somewhere else in a tab anywhere?
No, this is just my screen, and it's the reason why I keep cutting out here and there is because of the Wi-Fi. It is what
that's okay.
But yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the Serval Tiger sounds, and I bet you were like, "Oh, thank you for my package."
Uh-oh.
What is going on with am I still freezing? Oh my god.
The audio finally cut a little bit, but usually it's just you don't move, but your voice is moving.
If you could hear my voice, then I don't really care about the video. The video is for some people, but if you were just listening to this podcast, I'm not going to make a big deal out of me freezing. Oh yeah.
No.
And look at his cool shelf. Zachary, I love your
shelf. Do you desire something? Highlight it again. Do you desire anything?
Oh my god.
It's Desire Driver, bro. God damn, I love it. But anyway, so that's out of the way. That new stuff, we're good. So the main topic tonight, and I want to preface this first by saying, if you're a huge Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan, might not be the stream for you, might not be the channel for you. I'm just going to say that right now. Secondly, we are going to do our best to not bash Mighty Morphin, but just talk about how some things are out of whack with how it's represented way beyond everything else in Power Rangers. So,
yes.
Yeah, so the topic at hand is nostalgia can be a disease. Not is. The original title was is, but it's can, and I'll get to that. Can be a disease, and then also please let Mighty Morphin Power Rangers die. So, with nostalgia, I think it can be a good thing. Something like good old Gokaiger, right? Gokai changed. Here we go. Did nostalgia well, right? Like, it didn't overtake the show. And sure, they needed like some of the other seasons to be a part of it, but it was one and done, and they broke the mold, and they didn't try to redo that again at any point, really. Zenkaiger and Don Brothers kind of have the element to it, but they're not reliant on you watching these past seasons for the story to work in that show. Whereas Gokaiger, did it, right? Decade also took a crack at doing an anniversary season for Rider and did it fairly well, in my opinion. It's a bit messy, but it didn't need you to absolutely watch their seasons, but you were treated well if you did, some fan service, right? So cool, positive experience and nostalgia. Daryl, who was going to be our guest tonight, but couldn't because of scheduling, he's going to be on next week. Oj Delphin, so he's a voice actor, and he's a really big fan of, what's it called? Forever Red, right? The big crossover in Wild Force, right? Forever Red. So that is a good example in Power Rangers of doing nostalgia, right? You're doing it right. You're giving these characters time to spotlight. Story's good, whatever. It's fun. The thing when it comes into being bad is when you're just baiting for nostalgia's sake, and that's it, and there's no substance. And that's what happens right now, as many people know, and it's kind of a dead horse we're poking at, the like charred remains on the ground of, but still, is that people are such huge fans of Mighty Morphin, but then they stopped right there. They act like they don't. They will. They'll get heated discussions as if they didn't. They don't know a damn thing about any other season but Mighty Morphin. And I compare them the same way to Generation 1 Transformers fans, where if you don't know, Gen 1ers is what they're called, where they're fans, or the same thing with Pokemon as well, that they think that is it, and that everything else after it is garbage. That's not real. This is what it truly is. Do you remember this? And they always show the same image. It's like, yeah, duh. I mean, anybody that lived at the time. Why are you acting like it's some obscure thing that never existed or something?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's when it gets kind of toxic, is because then that toxicity is then continued to cycle because Hasbro decides to pander to a lot of those fans. Not only, I won't say that, because they did finish out in Lightning Collection SPD as a team. Dino Thunder is going to be finished out pretty soon. Zeo got finished out in space, so they're working on it. It's just yeah, it's slow, very snail-paced slow, but we're getting there, right? But because they pander so much to it, it takes them so long to get cool things out. It just bothers me. It really does. Go ahead.
It does. All right. So let me just say, first and foremost, in my opinion, MMPR, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, is not bad. The season set a standard for the seasons to come after.
Always respect it for that. Absolutely.
We love MMPR for, you know, the memories it made, the toys it sold, the cast.
Season 3 is the best part of it when it's about to transition into Zeo. I'm just going to say that.
Well, just as an example. Oh, yeah. Things get stuck in your throat sometimes. Right. But I'm trying to say is that we love MMPR for what it is. What is getting very frustrating as a fan of Power Rangers is seeing MMPR get the most attention while so many other seasons, like, I don't know, 27 other seasons, get shunned out. Like, they don't... Right. They it's either MMPR or the most recent season, which, okay,
that makes sense. We can't even really say that because Beast Morphers doesn't even have their full line in the Lightning Collection. Neither Dino Fury.
Nope, they don't. They don't. And guess who has like a billion variants? Yeah, MMPR. Like it's getting to the point where you won't see anything else mentioned about like Ninja Storm or RPM, Dino Thunder, Lost Galaxy,
Mystic
Samurai, Mystic Force. Like, you won't get any of that. It's a big day in the Power Ranger community when the Power Ranger account on like Twitter like posts like art of anything else besides MMPR because it's just that rare, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not even like they're giving that season attention. They're just saying like, oh, look how big Power Rangers is. We have such a big franchise, but only focus on this one team because this is the team that you remembered when you were a wee little lad in your mom's little.
You're gonna pay us for, right?
Yeah. How about you buy or Zap Megazord, the Dragon Zord from Zap, and then also buy the 6 teams that are related to MMPR, all the villains that are related to MMPR, and then watch MMPR on Netflix, watch MMPR on YouTube. We live stream it all the time. You know, it's like, okay, that's all cool. I like MMPR, but can I see some Mystic Force?
No. That's what it feels. No.
What did you just say?
What about other seasons?
What other seasons?
Security?
Oh, you mean that guy that has like a shield on his face? Oh yeah, we don't know. I don't know about that guy. You mean the people with the spinning swords and the discs? Are you feeling okay? Because I don't think you're talking sense right now. We're talking about dinosaurs right now. Dinosaurs, not cars, not magic.
That was what's weird. I want to bring up that point as well. Is that like speaking about dinosaurs, right? So like Dino Fury, right? Huge Real Soldier fan, duh, absolutely. So like when it was chosen, I'm not even trying to flex. I'm just trying to like I love it. Real Soldier is in my DNA. So when it was announced, I was like, awesome, hell yeah. And as soon as it was announced, of course, my mind is like, let's make our own adaptation idea. So I wrote that, whatever. It's nothing like what they did, and that's fine. But I was just having fun. And then they revealed it's called Dino Fury. I'm like, okay. And I'm impressed with what we've gotten with it. They have done an original storyline, and what they did is, like I said before in episode, I think it was 0, they took the Sentai and they used it as a foundation to build upon and make something new out of it. Right? They didn't just take the Sentai and completely one-to-one recreate it and whitewash all the actors, right? Not at all.
Right.
Quite culturally diverse actors also. Really big deal about that.
Love it.
Our first black 6th Ranger, I'm pretty sure. So that's amazing. Right. So anyway.
Our first female Green Ranger.
Awesome. Exactly. First LGBT
gay.
Ranger. Awesome. Yes.
Right.
So a lot of first, really good story to it, really good action, a really unique new story from Real Soldier. It's filling in gaps in the lore. They're technically after the Morphin Masters when they were Rangers, which they were the Die Ranger ripoff, the Squadron Rangers, whatever Megaforce called it. After them, they were technically the Dino Fury team, the first team, Zeto's first team, were technically canonically the first team that existed. Really cool. Right. And see what that's doing is it's building off of what we know. Like, hey, do you like dinosaurs? Okay. Do you like these colors? Absolutely. Okay. Here's a new show. It uses those and it's doing new things with it. Awesome. And they continue to keep going. But do you guys remember Mighty Morphin?
Don't let this thing. Don't let this new fresh season distract you from the fact that we have new MMPR merch. You can get a new helmet from the Blue Ranger, and you can get the yellow weapon. You can get a whole new Atom Lightning collection figure.
Like
why not?
We don't have that. I love Atom.
We don't have that already. You know, re-releasing just in case you missed it. It's like, why can't Power Rangers just chill out? I'm talking about like Hasbro and even Bandai, because Bandai is in the similar boat to this. Like, we know. Okay, let me just tell you, the viewer, we know that they use MMPR to get Power Rangers trending. Like, obviously, when you think of Power Rangers, you're gonna think of MMPR, mainly because Power Rangers pushes it so much, but also because
a lot of people stopped
MMPR.
They just did. They stopped it in Mighty Morphin, and then they didn't go any farther. So when you tell them it's still going, nobody understands you.
And, get merch and stuff like that. They have kids of their own that could, look into MMPR and stuff. You still hear me, by the way, right?
I do still hear you. You're just frozen with a surprise.
Okay, cool. Okay, yes. It's fun for the video people who are watching us to see me make awkward faces while I freeze in time, but at least you can hear me and what I have to say.
It'll make for a fun thumbnail.
Oh my God, please, no. But look, like, generation of people who are now way older grew up with MMPR, and Power Rangers acknowledges that. They see that as a way to make business and sell toys to those people who could buy it, because MMPR markets towards two different groups. They target toward adults, the adult collectors, and the kids, with the kid TV show and, the little toys that kids can hold, like the Chroma Fury Saber that changes like color, like that is mainly for kids. That's not really a collector's item. So with that in mind, it's like, okay, Power Rangers is fun. You're like, this is the kid stuff that you always recognize. But then for the adult collectors, we know that you may not be so into this new stuff because this isn't like MMPR. You're so used to the dinosaurs and the so Jason, you got to
and JDF and Jason and Tommy. Yes.
Right. And Tommy and JDF and Tommy. And also Tom.
Did we mention Tommy, our Lord and Savior?
If you don't see that on your shelves, you're going to think like, this isn't the Power Rangers I remember. So they're just going to move away. And, that's fine. Like, it's natural for people to not be into something new when they grew up
with don't get us wrong. This is not a call to end all merch from Mighty Morphin. Not at all. Slow it down.
No, because just like is a Power Ranger season, the first one. Deal out of.
Ooh, you're sounding a little pixely.
Buddy. Know that this is the other 27 seasons that came after it, but don't shove it down our throats. Sorry, you probably saw my face freeze again. Don't shove it down my throat or anyone's throat about releasing a Kimberly figure with like a whole new head sculpt. Like, okay, cool, we have 6 other ones. Like, let's use these slots that take up so much material and time for characters who don't get the attention. I was going to
bring that up. Oh my God, that example. We have the original Pink release, then we had another follow-up Kim release, we had the Ninjetti release, we had the Cat Pink release, we had the Cat what's it called, metallic armor release. We have a cell shaded Pink Ranger. Why?
Like, cool concept, but it's only been done for MMPR.
And that's the thing. What's weird is that like the Boom Studio stuff, right? Like, awesome stuff. The comics, there's so much there they've not touched. with figures. They could do
Not one.
Hyperforce. They could do the Omega Rangers. They could do anything from
and not
that.
even just
And
from the
make figures
comics, but
to
also
just print the money.
exactly, because even though it may not get as many sales as something that may be from MMPR, it's
It shows you give
still
a shit.
going not only that, but it's also going to it's still gonna get you money. Like I mean, Hasbro acts like the PR fandom only likes MMPR, and I'll be honest, there is a really big chunk of the PR fandom that does, but everyone else also wants to see something that talks about, I don't know, Donald Thunder, or talk about Operation Overdrive. Yes, I see you guys out there. We know that you like Operation Overdrive. We don't judge here. We get
All
it.
four of
But
you,
so like, why not give those people a figure? You know, like how if Hasbro wants to act like, oh, we love fan service, like we will give you
love
anything you
having
want.
this
Like what
property. We love the Power Rangers franchise.
exactly, like Dino Fury is doing a really great
Are you
job with
sure?
fan service. Right. Like well it's a yes and no kind of thing, because in Dino Fury, right, they do a great job with fan service by introducing the Morphing Masters, something that was originally from what the comics, right?
Well, they were expanding the comics. They were first talked about in Mighty Morphin.
And I'm not even gonna count that, because this MMPR, the MMPR version of the Morphin Masters is nothing like what the comics was doing, you know. And then Down of Fury is going off of what the comics did. So we're gonna say that MMPR didn't really include the Morphin Masters, not the ones that we are talking about anyway.
Yes.
Sure, if you want to like be technical, yes, they did talk about them, but I'm not
Never
really
showed them though. I don't think so. It doesn't matter.
Right. My point in saying this is that they are giving to the fans by saying like, hey, we know you read these comics, and this show could expand so much more than just, you know, dinosaurs and stuff. Like, let's bring in the Morphin Masters, something that you've only heard of in the comics, and integrate that with this team, making it more original.
Well, and there's so many
much more
tiny
fun
things that tie Dino Fury back into everything else. There was in like the first or second episode where they introduced J-Borg. Her box is literally Hartford Cybernetics, like from Operation Overdrive.
Operation Overdrive. I love details like that. I love like little like if you know, you know.
Right. There was a thing recently with the new episodes that are airing internationally, of course. Izzy makes reference to she sees an image of Steel with the Green Morphin Master, and she goes, "Oh, Steel Silva, he's a ranger. Oh my god, I love him," because he's an actor and he's from Beast Morphers, and that's a little connection there as well.
I love how they brought up Beast Morphers in the recent episodes of Dino Fury, because it's like, wow, like because Dino Fury's I forgot where they live, but that was actually mentioned a little bit in Beast Morphers with the Beast X King Zord. Like, oh, it's in I forgot the name. Where are the Dino Fury Rangers?
I'm trying to think, because I'm getting confused where Dino Charge is at.
Coral Harbor is where Beast Morphers live, and
I think something like that.
Yeah. But whatever, you know, I'm trying to say overall is that Hasbro knows how to give fan service, at least with the show. That is actually really good, and that's what we love to see as fans. Like, don't forget about past teams. Like, bring up the fact that Hartford makes robots, and then have a robot character be from him. You know, have Beast Morphers and Dino Fury live in like literally the same part of the world. You know,
we've already established in previous seasons that that RPM and Dino Charge are the only ones that are in separate dimensions. Everybody else is in a normal timeline, one after the other. So like, let it be known.
Bring
about
them
that.
in.
I'm not saying
talk
you don't
about
have to
them.
go Gokaiger with it, where because of the fucking tsunami that happened, they brought all those actors back. We're not going to get that ever again. That's never going to happen, and I'm completely accepted that. You can still leave little crumbs here and there to kind of tie things together and put things in different places. I'm not asking for Cosmic Fury to try to do, if they do Q Ranger, to try and be like, oh, we're going to bring back a bunch of legacy actors to be these other Rangers. No. You don't even have to do that. You can do something as simple as someone's beautiful idea online. If you've seen Q Ranger, you'll understand what I mean. Tenbin Gold and Hibitsky Silver, right? They were bros in the original Q Ranger, right? What if they had something brilliant? They were like, what if we did this? Boom. They had the image of them, and right next to them, Jane and J-Borg.
I saw that.
Like, it'd be goofy, but they were goofy in the Sentai. They were the comedic relief the entire time through. It'd be weird to see Jane act like Hibiscus Silver because he's very, like, you know, very stern and like, yeah, but still,
literally,
like, it could work.
We could make it work, you know, because Power Rangers is used to bending Rangers' personalities from Sentai to make it work with their characters, you know, and maybe in the fights we'll just see Silver like fighting, but then when they're shooting original footage, like Silver can be like, oh yay, like hi.
We're even gonna see the footage from the Sentai fighting anymore? Like, we might just be using the suits and that's it.
Yeah, we'll get to that in another episode and see how that goes when we know more information. But I want to bring it back. So I was saying how Hasbro knows how to give fan service in the show, but what they don't do is give fan service with the toys, which is basically the whole point. Right. It's I know it's like a whole like different department and stuff like that, but you know, they work together enough to try to incorporate this kind of stuff with each other. And with the toys, right? Like, we only see MMPR. It's rare to see anything but MMPR. And it's getting old. It's getting stale. It's getting annoying. And it's heartbreaking to see that so many characters that we would love to own as a figure or a weapon that was so creative and fun, like nunchucks or something like that, can't be done, all because we still haven't gone through our 7th iteration of Tommy's ponytail, you know.
Oh god, and there's so many like things they still could technically do Mighty Morphin wise. Like, there's a variant story in the comics where Kim leads like a team of Rangers herself, and there's like a few different people being the Rangers, and the suits look a little different. There's the 1960 whatever team with Grace where she was the Red Ranger and Pink was a guy and whatever. There's that one where they fought Psycho Green. There is the Wild West Rangers. Like, there's still so many other ones left. I'm just and it'd be something if the Mighty Morphin figures and things that came out for it were absolutely immaculately perfect. Every paint application on point, no weird design goofiness or flaws or missing things, and they were on point, but they're not. They have the same issues that the rest of the line has. So what the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
Like, if you give so much attention to MMPR, I better see the best figure I've ever laid my eyes on.
I better feel like I have them as miniature people in my house at this point. That was weird, but I'm just saying.
It's like, what do you mean by that? Why do you want miniature people in your house? No, but like, we get it's a $20 figure. It's not going to be like SH Figure Arts level quality. It's not going to be SH Figure Arts level of detail and QC, like no QC issues, but they could still be doing better.
Right.
And it just seems lazy that like someone's eye is like a little like off to the left, or right, and like someone's like cuff on their wrist, like the pattern is weird,
which is there's no excuse for any of it because they have all of the information and database pictures that they need for all of it. It's not like they're just starting out and it's that way. It was that way at first. Now it's getting old and it's just really silly. It seems you can't very see lazy. Oh, maybe you can. Hold on, see if I can see it on this. No, you can't, not because it's back on the shelf. My Zato, my Dino Fury Red, right? I got that figure, super excited. Still had to fix paint on him though, because it technically wasn't done right, which is fun for me to do because I like to do that. I like to get my Gundam markers out and do that, but should I have to?
You really shouldn't. And a lot of people aren't into their mistakes. Kind of stuff. People will order a figure online from like Walmart or Hasbro Pulse, and they won't know what the figure will look like until they have it. And if the figure doesn't have the right kind of paint and it doesn't meet the
standards,
the customer's standards for how the figure will be, damn, they'll feel so disappointed. They'll feel like they lost money on something that they expected to be better, because that's how Hasbro promotes it. Like, it's going to be perfect.
Well, and then you goofy stuff like like Dino Thunder White when that came out, right? Like, it was a fucking Walgreens exclusive, right? And the helmet was wrong. Yeah, exactly. Your boy. That's why I extended it out.
I don't think the. Oh yeah, you zoomed it out. I was about to bring it in.
Yeah,
this guy right here.
So there, if you don't know, the whole thing that happened was it came out and the visor wasn't black around it like it's supposed to be.
It didn't have its eyeliner.
on the box. The art on the box had it right. The image on the back of the box had it right, but not
It
the
was
figure.
a digital, but
It went.
right.
It was so overnight hated that they set up a 1-800 call and get a replacement head. I did it. I got the replacement head for mine
for free.
So and for
Yeah.
free, and they sent it to you, and it took like 1 to 2 like business weeks or whatever, and boom, you got it. But should we have?
I'll
to
give
go
Hasbro this. Right, you really shouldn't. I'll give Hasbro this though. They did handle it sort of well, kind of. I mean, at least it was free, and at least all you have to do was call a number and they probably confirm that you bought the figure.
Yeah, and then you could do it
get
through
ahead.
like online, like chat, like feature type thing. That's how I did it. And they're like,
You know,
okay.
They made it as convenient as they could to get a replacement figure because they know, even Hasbro knows, like, ooh, yeah, we
screwed that up.
That isn't okay.
There's so many avenues they could go to expand the Lightning Collection out and make people happy on both sides. So, you know, they have so far, right? They've done the Power Morphers, right? And they look like the movie versions or whatever, right? Keep doing that. That's fine. Continue, though. Give me what the Lightning Collection wants to do quality-wise and that price point, because I know the Power Morpher ones are like $50 or something like that. Give me that price point for the Zeonizers. Give me that price point for the Turbo Morphers. For the please, the Astro.
Oh my god, Zachary!
My entire life an Astro Morpher,
Zachary,
and it's
why did they re-release the MMPR Morpher with yellow? They did it with pink. Now they're doing it with yellow, and I'm sensing a pattern that they're gonna do it for each individual Ranger. For what? Why? We have the normal Morpher. We don't need to have it's such like an obvious cash grab. Like, why do we need each individual Ranger to have like a specific, okay, fine, they're trying to say like the movie Morpher has like a color ring around it, so they're trying to, but can we leave that after we do for like other Morphers as well? Like you mentioned the Zeonizers. They could do like a Dino Charge. Ooh, imagine a Lightning Collection Dino Charge Morpher.
I won't get it because I have the Goblin Revolver. But I mean, for people that don't have the Goblin Revolver, that'll be great if it's the right size.
Right. Like, obviously, with the toys, you could always just go the Japanese route and just get, the Sentai toys. Because, they are arguably...
They're always better. They're never not better.
Right. Like, come on. They're the OG. You can't outdo the doer. But if you want a cheaper option that's more local, and you don't have to wait so long, like a quick gift... Yeah. That would be better. Like to have the Dino Charge Lightning Collection Morpher, but they just still haven't done it. Why? Because they're too busy designing the White Ranger / Green Ranger MMPR Morpher with like
those
die-cast key
they're gonna try to outdo Bandai and be like, oh no, we'll just do
they're gonna put 2 Morphers. Zachary, I swear they're gonna put 2 Morphers in the same box. I swear they're gonna do something like that. And they're gonna be like the Tommy exclusive.
It'd be a Comic-Con exclusive.
The Tommy Comic-Con exclusive.
It'll come with, what they could do? If they're smart. I hate Dimensions in Danger as a crossover. I hate it for so many reasons. But
if they
do, Morpher is cool. Why
that was cool.
Not done that. Do that.
That's the only exception that I will accept for re-releasing. Right, for re-releasing the MMPR Morpher. Why are we? It's just so stupid. Why? It just goes to show.
It brings up some people bring up the point like maybe they don't want to retread over the ground that Bandai did with Morphers and blah blah blah. Bandai went through Zeo and they stopped. They didn't go any farther than that, as far as I remember, doing anything fancy-wise in their Legacy collection or whatever it was. They never went farther than the Zeonizers and the basically gold repaint of them that wasn't even in the show. It was in the Sentai. And the power, what's it called, the King Staff, the Power Staff or whatever, the Gold Ranger staff thing. That was it, and they stopped there. They didn't do Turbo or anything else. So keep going past Zeo then. Leave Zeo in the dust then. That's fine. Give me the Turbo Morphers. I despise most of Turbo until the second half that leads into my favorite season in space. Give me the Astro Morphers.
That's the only part I care about.
Lost Galaxy. You could do an entire line, Frankie. You could do an entire line of Lightning Collection figures and call it the Battleizer line, where every one of the figures is a Battleized Red Ranger. Even if it's not considered a Battleizer in its show, throw it into the line anyway. Who gives a shit? You don't care about anything else.
Just do it because people would buy it. why doesn't Hasbro
Right.
understand that? Like,
have like the specific armor and like the effects, and you could recreate the like final attacks and stuff like that, and some of the shots from like the show and everything. You could even, you know what? I will even give you this. You could make it canon and start with a Jason with the dragon shield on, because that's considered the first battleizer by some people.
sure, get the MMPR out
Do
of the
that,
way, because we
and
know
then move
you're
on,
gonna do that.
and we can have the battleizers be a thing, and it would be so great. The battleizers are so cool. Japan started to do them because they were so well received here.
Amazing,
like SPDs
right.
was the first one that wasn't clearly from any footage from Japan or whatever. I think Down of Thunder as well, but that was the first one that in Japan they went, oh, that's pretty cool, and they brought it into. They did a V cinema for Deca Ranger, like a little bit around the time.
Yeah, and they made
they
it
brought
like
the battleizer in. They brought the
Right.
battleizer in. Look at that. They influenced their forefathers.
It's very rare, and I mean very rare,
Extremely.
when Power Rangers does something that Super Sentai is like, ooh,
Wait, whoa.
ooh, they're onto something. Like, one big example is the articulation. Oh my god, I can't speak today. Yes, with the toys, because for the longest time, like, you could just do this with like Megazords, and then that's it. But now with Dawn Brothers, ooh, they made that good, and it's a really good toy, because it literally won best toy, like as category something.
Do you know
Japan,
the story behind that? It is the most beautiful, heartwarming thing ever. So the toy designer for most of the Sentai Mecha is working on for Dawn Brothers. I don't know if it's been the same guy for years or what. Anyway, I think he has like a 3-4-year-old or 4 or 5-year-old son or daughter or something like that. I think it was a daughter actually. And he was working on the toys, and the story goes that he was working on it, and she said, well, why can't he blah, blah, blah like this? And he's like, what do you mean? Right. She goes, well, he should be able to work the same way as the show. So because his daughter was like, why can't I would love to be able to pose him the same way as the show did, they made sure to make the articulation the same in the mecha based off of that. It's just the most amazing thing.
It's heartwarming.
Yeah. Because they listened.
They do listen, and when you listen, good things come out of it, right? So why isn't Hasbro listening to the fans when they say that we are exhausted of MMPR shit? I am at a loss for words at this point in the episode, because I don't know what else to really say. Like, just stop. I know that you can't stop 100%. All right, we get it. MMPR gets
they could also do the 2017 movie suits. Forgot about those. We can still do this.
Right, like, I guess that kind of technically counts as MMPR, but at least that would be a little bit more original than the Aya team that everyone is so familiar with from the 90s. You know, like, doing something new. By the way, you want to know what popped up in my head? Like, if Hasbro moves forward with like different Lightning Collection figures for the Zap line, the Megazords, what if they redid Samurai's Megazord that actually made them go into their origami form? Like, that is a fun opportunity.
Do that? I wonder. I feel like the Japanese ones did, but I don't know if the American release if they folded.
I'll tell you, because I owned the American version. I no longer have it anymore. It was years ago, but I used to own the American version. I'm gonna tell you, as a kid, a young kid who bought this from looking at the show and thinking, wow, this Megazord is so cool, I want to own it. Right? Like, literally, like I mentioned before in a previous episode, Samurai was the season that got me into Power Rangers.
It was your MMPR.
Right. And I bought the Megazord because I love the fact that not only did they, combine, like, look so cool with the discs and all, but that they could like fold into like cool little shapes. Like, kids love shapes, No. I didn't say that. They, in the Japanese versions, did fold, and I would know because the YouTube videos, like, you can never get it out of your head. But the YouTube videos would always show off how the Japanese toys could fold. So I'm like, okay, so the toys that I bought could do the same. They can't. They don't. They never did. The only one that can is Pink's, but that's just because that's just the nature of how Pink's works. They didn't even do that for Yellow, which later on in the series literally needs to fold for the final transformation. Do you know how stupid it looks with the American? Like, they put so much effort putting all the Zords that they released together, which by the way is so much to ask for nowadays. Jeez,
Oh
Hasbro,
yeah,
come on.
to make Clutch Megazord.
Right. They put all that effort in, but then they missed the smallest yet most important detail of the line, making the main team's Zords turn into their origami form. They show that in Power Rangers Samurai, they show that in Shinkenger. Why couldn't they make that a toy thing? I don't know. You would think they would
don't have an
prioritize it, but
excuse.
they don't.
Don't let them lie to you. They don't have an excuse.
I and like listen, I was so disappointed. Like, I really thought that, wow, I
We almost
wanted
lost
that to
Ricky.
be
We
a
almost lost him.
feature.
We almost lost him.
You were this close, guys. No. That's why I branched out to other seasons. I'm like, frick Samurai. I'm gonna look at other seasons, and then this is how here I am, guys. So yeah, but like as a young kid, like I was really disappointed that the toy that I was being promoted on the show didn't do what it did in the show, and
Right.
I'm sure millions of other kids feel that way.
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of also why Power Rangers is not that popular of like a brand. It doesn't need to be like the most popular. Like no, please don't get like on Star Wars level popularity with
MCU
pop
level,
culture.
yeah.
Like Power Rangers doesn't need that kind of attention. It's like it's very nice where it's at, but it could grow bigger. And I know Hasbro wants this. It can grow bigger if you just give what people want, what they want. Like if you're gonna show a Down Fury key flipping on the show, I better freaking see a Down Fury key flip when I buy the American version of the toy. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
Absolutely. I wanted to scream when I was watching those original Fan First Fridays and they were showing the prototypes off. Here's the key, and it's like, no, you're kidding.
This is a very interesting prototype. Is this like version 1?
It's gonna flip, right? Remember these Ranger key things you guys did like not that long ago, and they could flip open at least.
Which had a spring. Not even the Sentai version had that. Another thing that Sentai learned from Power Rangers, the spring and the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I looked at the video and actually greased the hinge of mine with some coconut oil so I can.
Ooh, that click from here made me feel satisfied. Like they just did that. They just made the keys. Well, okay, Hasbro wasn't doing Super Mega Force, but the point is that like it's possible. You can make cheap keys that flip up.
Yeah.
Why couldn't that be done for Dino Fury? I guess they just had a different vision with like the way they wanted the keys to be used. But man, like that's not what the show like demonstrates the keys doing, you know? And it's like it's disappointing because you just said right now that like, oh, I feel awful that they did this. Imagine how like a 7-year-old kid feels trying to beg their mom, like, oh my god, I really want
a lot of things where like it's not a one-to-one thing, and I get that you can't get everything, but there could be more effort put in than what is currently. That's the
like I said, it feels lazy. Like they could do so much more, and I get like budget restraints.
If you think about it, every single season, including Mighty Morphin, that's fine. Every single season was somebody's MMPR. Every one of them. Every one of them. Even Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, RPM, Jungle Fury, Samurai, even
Beast Morphers.
They marketed
MMPR.
Samurai as like an MMPR, like not
like a rebranding,
but like a rebranding, using that same kind of thing to like bring people in.
Same theme song.
Do that. Give it the love and focus you give to Mighty Morphin to the other seasons. You're literally choosing to not make money. That's the goofiest thing about it. Is it would bring even more revenue and positive attention. That they care that much about every season being a first, That's all we want. That's all we want, just to care about it and it treated like it's something worth anything at all.
Yeah, and like, look, there are a lot of seasons. We get you can't do like every single season every single time. Like, fine, but don't just focus on one and then expect us to constantly eat it up. Like, I don't want the day to come where even the nostalgia people of MMPR are like, dude, why would I buy this $60 toy when I already have this version of it?
Right.
Like it's gonna get to that point where it's like, all right, you've done so much of MMPR that even the people who like MMPR are like, come on, like we have this.
The Zap Dino Megazord is decent, but people hate the chest piece. It's got this really weird, goofy design to the point where I think It Takes Two to Toku. They were saying on there that they wished that they'll make a Zap Titanus so they can cover up the chest. You don't see it.
Come on. I mean, look, personally, I kind of don't hate it. I think it's pretty cool, but I
think it's
see why people may
okay,
not like
but I
it.
mean, if you're like a purist about what it's supposed to look like that's
Show
not how you
accurate
want.
kind of
Yeah,
person, then you're not really gonna
like we
like
were
it,
just
and
saying.
that's
So
fine.
like, yeah. So
If people who like MMPR don't like what Hasbro's doing with MMPR anymore, then I bet Hasbro's gonna be like,
wallet.
they're probably gonna think, well, what else can we do? I guess no one wants this brand anymore, and then they just don't try. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
please, like
Yeah.
don't lose out on the fans.
Yeah.
Excuse me, don't lose out on the fans that are here who want to see stuff from Lost Galaxy, Mystic Force. You know, like those people are still here thriving in Twitter, begging you to do anything related to their favorite seasons, but instead you're ignoring them. So at some point they're gonna be gone, and then all that's left is the MMPR purists that are like, I'm
eventually
bored
they're
of
going to
you.
get too oversaturated too. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm bored. Like
Now, I
and
will
then
talk about a
PR is gonna
few
like go on
another
downtime.
hiatus. Yes, exactly. So I do want to talk about a few positives with how Hasbro's been handling things. I think they've done a good job with the show itself since they started owning it. I enjoyed Beast Morphers for what it was. I think
it was a great start.
I think it got a little quick and sloppy near the end of season 2 of it, but I give them credit for not making it Super Beast Morphers. So I'm really happy we didn't keep that stupid super title shit in there.
Again, fan service.
And Dino Fury, same thing, has been doing great things, and I'm so excited that it's going to end decently from what I've heard, and that Cosmic Fury is bringing those same Rangers into the next season, whatever that might be. May it be Q Ranger,
which is deserved because, oh my god, I love this cast.
They're great. And so they've done a really good job with that. There's a few Lightning Collection things recently that have been decent. The Dino Fury Red was a great figure. I have it myself. Do you own it? Do you have Dino Fury Red or no?
I have a Dino Fury Red like mainline figure, but I don't have like
the baseline basic figures. Sure. Yeah. It's a really good figure. Zeto's head, like Russell Curry's head, looks great. The face sculpt thing.
I'm not a big fan of the lightning bolt on the chest though, but
yeah, I had to fix that.
Oh really? I want to see it. Let me see the fix.
Let's see if I can get out without knocking all my stuff down. Hold on a second.
Challenge.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
I love the Go Ranger shirt.
Oh, thank you. You should watch Go Ranger because they care about their fans and stuff.
Oh, and by the way, while Zach is getting his toy, I want to say how Sentai doesn't do what Hasbro does by like constantly shoving down, Go Ranger in your throat, because they have so many other great seasons that they don't need to do that. Like they know that you can give them attention just by
they offer it
representation.
It's there, but it's not like what's constantly put in your face. So
right, like it's not too much.
So maybe I didn't fix. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It's gonna be hard to tell on it. It's kind of hard because it's shiny on there, but I did kind of with my white Gundam marker fix it right there. I painted his Morpher. You can tell that. Let's see.
I like it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the sword I clearly had to paint as well, which that was easy, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just again lazy.
The right way. Yeah. But he's great. And then because I'm probably never going to get a Lightning collection of this, I got the basic line figure of Max Riosaur Red, of course, and I repainted him the way he's supposed to be. I watched what's it called? What is his name? It's that Bara Pink Ranger. It's the George. Yeah, George, him and Jen do a lot of like the leaks and stuff like that. But he did a video about this and how to paint it right. And I was like, oh, okay. And I watched that. I haven't done my like coat of polyurethane over it to make it shiny and pretty looking, but I fixed it and how it's supposed to look. I even painted the Morpher look. Do you see it? As you get up close, that's it.
So good. Yeah, I see it.
It was fun. I like little miniature things like that.
Oh yeah.
So like it just
great job.
But yeah,
guys, it tickles his fancy.
It does. It just really does.
All right. I think it's time to put the toys back.
It's just a toy.
Zach, please. I was gonna make a joke. Oh my god.
This is a decent release, but give me this in Lightning Collection like presentation, and I will
with the right amount of paint.
I'll buy a case of them. I will,
because it's such a good suit, and when you don't do it justice with the toy, it's like, well, damn, you know.
I will say,
like,
before I painted it, it wasn't bad. Some of the other ones, like Dino Fury Blue, awful.
yeah, with
Paint the helmet's all wrong, irritating. Looks better now because I fixed that one too. But yeah, so like there has been some positives that they've done. There really has been some good things that they've done. There's recent like leaky type things and spoilery type things about Dino Fury season 2. Like the rest of the episodes aren't out yet. And spoilers, just tiny little things I just want to talk about and be excited about. The Real Soldier fan of me, are you still here, Frankie? I see you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, hi. Can you see me? I can see you.
I can see you. You're frozen, but I do see you.
Hold on. Take me out of like the StreamYard
Zoomed
thing
in
and then
view?
put me back in.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
like
Try that out. Remove. Add to stream.
Does that refresh me? I hope it does, because I can see on the YouTube feed that I was also a little blocky.
You are a black screen now.
Ay. Hold on.
Let me. It's cool. Here, let me just like you and then just rejoin. Okay. There you go. So it's just me right now. Hey guys, it's your boy Sergeant on Heroes. Pretty soon, Frankie will be back. I hope. God, if you're there. How are you guys? How's your day? Uh-oh. I hope he joins again. That would be sad. That'd be so sad if he didn't join up again. That'd be sad. Come on. You can do it, please. I just want him back on the stream. We're not done talking about Power Rangers. Let's see here. One day. Maybe if I invite him again. Uh-oh. How's that going to do? Is that send him another link? It's going to work. I hope this doesn't make anything goofy. Here we go. You guys can still see me, right? How's it going? Having a good day? How are the kids? I like that shirt and or pants that you're wearing. It looks nice. Presentable even. Okay, I'm going to send him another link and see if that helps. Probably not, but that's fine. Okay, so we sent it. Hopefully he gets that. I see him. Add to stream. Okay, you are back on. And still blocky.
I'm freezing again.
It's okay. There we go. That's better. Anyway, so there has been positives, right? And I was going to real quickly touch on a couple tiny things that are technically spoilers for Dino Fury Season 2. If you don't want to know about any of that, that's fine. You can leave the stream. It's totally cool. I understand. I'm just excited being a Rio Soldier fan. So one thing I saw that Rio Soldier never did is with the Rio Soul Caliber thing, really only blue, gold, and red used it. I saw an image today that Javi gets to use it. We get black. I
didn't know that.
Yes.
That was spoilers to me, Zachary.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
So there's that, so and then there was because part of the plot of the episode is like this wish-making monster or something like that, and they all wish for different things. Of course, it's like a Faustian thing where it's like, I want this, and it's like, oh, be careful what you wish for. And so whatever Izzy's wish is, somehow that gets twisted and turns her into Tiramigo. They use the Tiramigo suit, and I wanted to cry because I was so happy because Simon
wait, Zachary, stop. You're talking so much.
Buddy.
I haven't seen it.
You don't. I'm sorry, but there's images.
I haven't seen. Cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. Have you been blocking that?
I literally muted Dino Fury spoilers.
I'm sorry.
I literally muted Dino Fury spoilers. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! Damn it! Why couldn't you talk about this when I wasn't in the stream?
It warmed my heart because Simon Bennett said that they thought about using Tiramigo, but thought that because it's such a big, bulky suit, using it would be really hard.
It's hard to film with. Yeah.
Yes, and so, but they used it. They used some of the footage, and the thing in Rio Soldier where Max Rio Soldier Red fights on top of Tiramigo, they do it.
You are.
I'm a menace, but
I didn't need to know that.
I'm sorry.
I could have seen that and had a real, genuine reaction.
I'm sorry. Just forget it.
Watching that episode.
Neuralizer.
How come my screen doesn't buffer when I need it to? Okay, it's fine. But
there,
that's
neuralizer.
So cool. I don't remember anything anymore. No, but it's actually so cool that they did that.
Right.
Wow.
It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy.
Wow.
Like, it's in such good hands. And I really hope that Simon Bennett does stay around to do more with Cosmic Fury and whatever we will go on past that.
He is.
Original or whatever, I want him to be there because he cares. This man gives a shit. And he deals with so much garbage online and people that don't know how to speak to other humans, and he deals with it. And I don't understand, because I would be, oh my God, I would be blasting away at people so hard. The way that he deals with people is not the way I would be dealing with people. The way that they talk to him. He is a saint, Batman, and we should be thankful that he is the saint that he is, because he is very, very nice and has not yet like blocked everybody or gone silent or deleted his account. We're lucky to have
people like to abuse the fact that he is very open to talking about things, and so not like confidential things, but answering questions that people may know.
Yeah, he's on there. He's active on Twitter. He's active on Ranger Board. He actually a few of the first episodes I like retweeted some things about when they aired on Nick and on Netflix and whatever.
Right.
And I believe he's liked or retweeted a few of my things. And I was like, I'm a nobody compared to all these other people, and like to you, good sir, like that means a lot to me. Like, thank you so much. But yeah, I do think the show personally to me is in really good hands. I just want Hasbro to care more about the Lightning Collection and diversifying it and adding more things to it. That's all that I want. I don't want to be all doom and gloom like it's never going to get any better and I hate everything and everything's awful and blah. But it's going to go down a dark path if they let it, and they don't have to let it. It's in their hands to change it right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's not even like a big ask either. Like, we're just saying to put down MMPR. Just put it down. Just put it down, Hasbro. It's okay. It'll still be there. It won't go away. It won't disappear. Disintegrate.
You won't let it.
Maybe exactly. You'll keep an eye on it, right? Just grab another season. I don't know. Maybe grab Turbo. Just whatever. Just see what you could do with that. Maybe make a Morpher. Bring back
and
the
there's
toys.
so many opportunities. Like they could do
something
stuff with
like
Time
that.
Force, because Time Force in the comics and in like with Hyperforce, Hyperforce is like a extension to Time Force. Hyperforce is a separate team. Did you watch any of the live stream of their game they did, their tabletop game for Hyperforce?
I've seen a few.
Yeah. So the story with it is so great because it's an offshoot from Time Force. Like, it's connected to it. Time Force created the Hyperforce powers as a separate team, and they're connected to that. There's so much you could do there. Put out the figures of all of Time Force. Get all besides Time Force Red. Time Force Red is the one figure. That's it. There is no other Time Force figure out but Red. None of them. I think Blue is coming out pretty soon.
Robbed. I mean, there are leaks, I believe, about Green.
I think I thought Green. Time Force Blue was shown at least.
Excuse me, right?
Cool. And Beast Morphers Yellow was leaked as well.
Yeah,
so cool.
Time Force Blue is shown.
Can I
Cool.
Can I hold it? Can I have it? Can we not just buy it? Like,
yeah, like, can we get it soon? I don't know. Like, they're also a little weird with like the windows of like when they release stuff.
Yeah,
like
what? Yeah. Well, and like for like when they're gonna reveal it when we've known about it for months, like the leaks that happened.
Right. I mean, I guess it's not really their fault, but it's. I feel like we never get a surprise with. We get the surprise with accounts like Jin who like post leaks before weeks before they upload
months,
on their official
usually.
Accounts. Literally, and then what you just said right now with the Den of Fury leaks that I didn't want to talk about, they probably would be like, "Hey, guess what we did?" And then we're like, "Oh, wait, we already know about that." But yeah, that's so cool.
They did. I will give them credit where credit's due, because recently when they talked about Den of Fury at Power MorphCon and everything, they talked about when it was going to be on Netflix. They mentioned in the same tweet as saying when it was going to air on Netflix and also airing internationally. Like, they are aware that it's doing.
They at least acknowledged it,
Exactly, and that makes me happy. Continue to be aware and to give a shit. That's all I want to happen. That's it.
Let's end the episode on that note.
That's
give a shit.
Absolutely. So this week we were supposed to have Mr. Darrow J. Delphin. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. Pretty sure. He's a voice actor, well-known person in the Toku community. Very nice guy. does a lot of really good roles. He just recently did something at Power Morphicon where they did like a Forever Red morph thing, and he did Jason, and I was like, is Austin St. John there? Because Austin St. John impression is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Very well known. He's known for like having at the ready at any time being able to post the entire script of Forever Red. Like, I don't know if he has it copied somewhere or what, but like there was even a wall.
He probably typed it himself.
Oh, probably. So there's a wall at Power Morphicon where you could sign things, right? You could like sign your name and be like, woohoo, a little message like a yearbook.
I wouldn't know. I've never been there, but
I only saw it because Jim posted about it, and he puts his name on there, and then someone took it and said Fraud Saku or whatever. But he put on there, Daryl did, and started writing the script. He started writing the script with marker on the wall.
Oh my god!
My man is super funny and really friendly. So he was going to be on this week. Scheduling things got in the way, and that's totally fine. Next week we're going to talk about pivotal moments in Toku. So pivotal moments for us that were like our favorite moments in either Sentai, Rider, Power Rangers, what have you. And then also original ideas. I have a few. Maybe Frankie does. I don't know. But we're going to have Daryl there also talking about his pivotal moments, his ideas. Hopefully, yes. But he's supposed to be now. After this week, Mr. Frankie has gotten himself a nice new shiny new job. So going forward, it'll be Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that we will record instead of Thursdays, which might get a bit more people in the weekend crowd to join in on the stream, which is totally cool. If not, that's also cool. But we appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for being on the stream here and there, jumping on. I know we didn't have like
my heart is pixelated or not.
It is not. I can see it, sir. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for following us on Twitter, following the YouTube channel, subscribing there, watching it after archives. We get a lot of views of it archived afterwards. It's insane. It really is. It's not just me watching.
Yeah. That's where the viewership comes from.
It really does. It's really impressive. So I do plan on getting a YouTube account just for Henshins and Homies, and then all those will be put to that channel, and that's where we'll be hosting everything to be there. So yes,
I also want like our podcast to be on Apple Music or like like websites like that.
Out. I might have to
Apple
pick the brain of either Hockley's or Pronghorn Gem and ask them how they do that, because theirs is available that way as well. Or maybe there's something on stream.
Yeah, because as we can see, video format doesn't really work for my setup right now, unfortunately. We can still work with it with how it is right now.
It could be Henshins and Ghost Homies. I could just speak to a disembodied voice.
You could just go on an app. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm being slandered like this. Find a different homie, Zach. Okay, I'm gone.
Is this the end of the podcast?
I saw how you were calling for me. We haven't even made it to episode 5. Oh, damn it! No, I saw how you were calling for me when I was gone. I was on YouTube, like listening to what you were saying. I'm here, Zachary. I'm here, and I'm sorry that I keep glitching. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure this out the next episode because I don't want to have all these issues happening while we have a guest over. I mean, hey, at least I didn't knock my cable with my foot again,
Yeah.
Can we be glad that didn't happen?
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for watching, for being here, commenting when you can. Comment also on the archive stream. I check that every now and then. I'm obsessive about like the activity on that and how well
me too.
So let me know, comments in there.
Me too.
Let us know what you think about the stream. If you have ideas for topics you want us to talk about, if you have ideas for guests you want us to talk about. We know lots of people in the Toku community that we can throw a message out there to. I have a few feelers out there just trying to get some messages back about who can be on the stream with us. Let us know what you guys think. We're really happy to be out here and doing this whole thing, doing the homies and the henshins and all this stuff, man, talking about it. It's so much fun. I really like it. But until next time, I'm Sergeant.
It is so much fun. I love it.
Henshin homie Frankie.
And I'm Toku Frankie.
You are Toku Henshin homie Frankie.
Oh, Henshin homie Frankie, but hold on. There we go. I don't know if it's working. You're kind of frozen right now. Hold on. Let's wait for a second. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, you're still frozen. What the heck is going on with my internet? Okay, I think just try to line it up here. I don't know. Forget it. Just I'm on the wrong side. Come on. I thought I better be married. This better be married. Okay. You know what? That's that. Hope you have a great day. See you next time. and keep on loving Toku, okay? We'll be right
Absolutely.
here, or at least my voice.
It'll
will be
never
here.
let you
Maybe
down,
not my video.
I
My voice
promise.
will be here. Yes, just don't get too hooked on it, or else your wallet will hate you. All right.
That's right.
Bye.
Goodbye. 1 second.